Good morning. My name is Jay Milanov. I'm the creator of the English with Jay project and of the Essential English course. You're listening to episode 12 of my weekly Essential English podcast. Today, I will tell you a little about a really special musician. His name is Jacob Collier, and he is a very successful jazz player. Actually, in some aspects, he is more successful than most jazz players in history. Jacob has already won 4 Grammy Awards. Just for comparison, the great Louis Armstrong has received just 1 Grammy in his whole life. This means that Jacob is really good. But the most exciting thing is that Jacob is only 25 years old. I don't think there are many musicians in history who have won 4 Grammys by the time they were 25. Yet, Jacob totally deserves it. He is such a talented and original musician that most people have never heard anything like him. What's more, Jacob is a great showman. If you ever get the chance to see him perform live, don't miss it. The shows he makes are just incredible. First, he interacts a lot with the audience. He makes them sing and clap and jump. And second, Jacob is a multi-instrumentalist, which means he can play many different instruments. This is really fun to watch. Aside from being a phenomenal piano player, Jacob plays the guitar, the bass, the drums, the trumpet, and many other instruments. He is so good that you can't even tell which of those is his main instrument. Oh, and let's not forget his beautiful deep voice. In fact, he won his first Grammy Award for making a genius cover of the Flintstones song, just with his voice. Jacob also has perfect pitch, which means that unlike most people, he knows the exact note of every single sound he hears. Imagine dropping your keys, for example. You and I would only hear a noise. However, Jacob will hear the G sharp note, or whatever the note is. This helps a lot if you're a musician. There is even a chance that you have seen Jacob Collier live. That's right, he was in Sofia less than a year ago. In August 2019, he played at the A2 Jazz Music Festival, which takes place in the park behind one of Sofia's malls. Or, as locals call the park, the Dog's Garden. And what's most amazing to me is that Jacob came for free. I mean, maybe the organizers paid him to come, but the audience didn't have to pay a cent to see him. Which is amazing, because musicians of this caliber rarely come to Bulgaria. Seeing Jacob live is like seeing Stevie Wonder when he was 25. The only problem with Jacob Collier is that his music is sometimes hard to understand. The reason is that most people like predictable, harmonic music. But Jacob is too good to play predictable music. He probably finds it boring, like most jazz players. When he has fun and when he experiments, Jacob often uses notes that can sound wrong to untrained listeners like you and me. Of course, there are no wrong notes in music. And I imagine those notes sound exciting to jazz musicians. But, as we're not jazz musicians, they feel wrong to us. They're just too unexpected for our taste. This is the reason why many people hate jazz. It can sound very chaotic and unpleasant to the untrained ear. I remember telling my friends to go see Jacob because he's a genius. The next day, however, they said they were disappointed because his style was too much for them. To them, most of his music was noise. My friends didn't know that he could play every note perfectly harmonically. He doesn't because he finds it boring. Okay, enough for today. If you're interested, you can hear Jacob's cover of the Flintstones song on the link below. This was Jay Milanov with episode 12 of your Essential English podcast. Take care and until next week.